Yo, 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 it's me. I'm back, this time without my Cadillac. So, if you're wondering where I've been, I was in the hospital for 2 months, and I'm not gonna talk long about this because I don't even want to talk about it much. There's so many details that I could tell you. I could make this a 2-hour video just talking about what I experienced. But to keep it short, I was sungazing a lot. I sungazed all the time, every day. When there was a cloud, I waited for the cloud to go away and just sungaze all the time from sunrise to sunset. And whatever this is that I experienced on the 10th of March 2015 is that I had some kind of vibration here, the solar plexus, the energy centrum, the core of the body, and I wasn't able to eat anymore. It just felt better not to eat, which is what a lot of people describe that don't eat. And I still believe that there's people like that out there, as weird as it may sound, because I'm going to tell you some stuff that happened to me that would contradict it completely. But it's just different bodies and everybody's different and so on. So, just stopped raining, by the way. Now it's, well, you can see. So, I went without food. I felt completely fine pretty much for a week. Then I slowly started feeling different, but it wasn't like I was fasting, because I've fasted before and I didn't want to do it anymore because it's too stressful and just not fun. So I wasn't eating simply because I didn't feel the need to. I didn't require it and nothing. And a month went on with only water, and I was getting a lot weaker, and you can see the videos of March, April, and May. I was getting thinner and thinner because I was burning fat for ketones, essentially, probably a lot less than a lot of people would who didn't eat. And I was doing just normal day stuff. I even worked out, not eating. So obviously I was gonna burn a lot of fat anyway. You can only get that much out of sun gazing. So day 30, and it was a coincidence it was day 30, I wasn't counting the days. I was really starting to feel like I'm actually fasting. It wasn't pleasant anymore, so I started drinking some juices, lemon juice. I squeezed out myself and taking in salt, the electrolytes, and I was feeling quite fine again. And that was my mistake. If I would have started eating then, I would have been fine, but I went on with the juices for like 17 more days, and I started squeezing some fennel, ginger, lemon juice, and I was getting thinner and thinner. And at some point at the end of April, and definitely in May, I was pretty much, my consciousness was so different than it is now and than it usually is that it's hard to put in words. I was seeing everything different, and I'm pretty sure at that point I was missing a lot of minerals and whatnot, and my brain was just switching to something completely else. And I did a blood work still in a blood test in end of March, and was still okay, everything, because I did feel okay. But I was so almost obsessed with the idea of not eating and being free from all of it and all of this stuff, that's pretty much the reason why I ended up that way. But I was just completely happy. I was it was the clearest, purest moment of my life. It was just pure sun gazing all the time, and just even though I almost died, that's what the doctor said, I definitely don't regret it. I went through something amazing, really. So after over 2 months of not eating, it was 18th of May, I went to a shop. I started eating 2 days before I got to the hospital, and my body was just not really understanding what's going on anymore. The digestion was just so down that it wasn't working anymore. I wasn't getting any energy from the food. So I went to the shop, and some woman saw me and she said, do you need like help? Because I just couldn't really even walk anymore. My muscles had died off, everything. The body was not working, total organic failure. So she called the fire department. They told me take a taxi home. I didn't want to do anything. Then they saw that I'm really weak, so they brought me to to the hospital, and there they checked out that I had 400 milliliters of water around my heart in the Wasserbeutel auf Deutsch. And they did a surgery, took out the water, and I was in the intensive care for 9 days. I'll take a break there and continue. Okay, so there I was in the intensive care, Intensivstation, in one of the most popular hospitals. So they had a lot of technology, just all of it. And after the surgery, right, so I was eating whatever I wanted to at that first 2 days. I was 9 days there. So after those 2 days, the doctor told my sister that I'm definitely going to die. He had no doubt about it, and that if I don't get this astronaut food, so to say, this liquid stuff, which is basically based on carbohydrates and tastes like chocolate milk, and he put that stuff in my nose, went to my stomach, and that's how I pretty much got back all those vitamins, minerals, whatever. I could have just drank it, but that's how they did it, and it was just so traumatic to me. I just felt so raped by this, because it was so against my will. And I had tons of stuff here, both of my arms. I was just lying there. I couldn't move because my muscles had pretty much died off. There's no words for how this just uber traumatic this was. I never experienced anything like that in my life. It was definitely, without a doubt, the worst week of my life. The worst 9 days, that is. So, well, the week actually, with the stuff in my nose, that was 1 week exactly. Yeah. So, I didn't sleep also. The first 4 days I didn't sleep at all because it was so noisy and it was so stressful, and I pretty much lost all of my weight probably then at the end. I don't know how much I weighed before I came in the hospital. In April I weighed like 60 kilograms. My normal weight should be between 70 and 80. And in the hospital I was 43 kilograms, so I was only bones at that point. I couldn't probably possibly weight any less than 43. That's the minimum I could for my height, whatever. So there's a lot of details, as I said. I just want to leave out, but a lot of stuff happened in those 9 days, and essentially my mom thankfully brought me a lot of food secretly. I wasn't supposed, because of this so-called refeeding syndrome, and that when you eat you throw everything up if you eat too much, but I told them that it's not the case with me, but they didn't believe me, and that's why they try to control what I eat. But I still ate some avocados, and secretly, sort of, and some yogurts, and then on day 9 I pulled out the thing out of my nose. I just couldn't take it. I didn't sleep for pretty much for 9 days, except for a few minutes, because I couldn't even sleep, because I couldn't even breathe because of that thing. So the doctors thought that I'm a danger to myself, and they want to send me to some other place where a lot of people are who have anorexia, I guess. And my sister also believed that I'm anorexic. I could understand why, and I understand why they believe that I guess wanted to kill myself because somebody stops eating. But who in the world kills themselves by starving themselves? I've never heard of that. That's too long. You just shoot yourself. So oh, this is overexposed, whatever. So then the judge decided that I should be brought to the psychiatry, and that's where I was for 7 weeks. So I was pretty much over 2 months in the hospital. I'll cut this again for the psychiatry part. Oops, I forgot the thing for the tripod, and now it's okay. So also you gotta understand that if you don't sleep for that many days, you get super, and I mean super paranoid, out of your head. I thought that everybody is against me at the hospital. I was talking a lot of weird stuff. I even still have the letter from the doctors where it's written what I wrote, and when I was brought to the psychiatry, what I told them, I meant to say. So I did a lot of other things which gave them the reason. The judge decided I definitely got to stay in the psychiatry at least 2 weeks. I was a danger to myself. So I was brought to the psychiatry, and there I actually got super lucky that I got there, because I even met a girl who also drank the stuff, and she drank it for 4 months. She was in the hospital. I, however, snuck around, and I could hardly even move. But in the psychiatry, I got a lot of help from a lot of other patients, and they brought me food secretly. So I hadn't ate, for example, meat for a whole year, because I went through a vegetarian and vegan phase, the whole raw vegan, keto, and whatever. I tried a lot of things actually, and it was just so good eating some kind of, it was some kind of nonsense sausage, but it just felt so good after a year, simply because I hadn't pretty much ate anything. My body was just so malnourished, whatever it's called. So I was just eating everything they had, whatever hospital food is, just bread, which I was totally against, and anything, all the Snickers bars or whatever I could get my hands on. I was just sneaking around. I was caught twice, but I didn't really do anything the first days. I didn't really realize it, because after 1 week I was brought out of this room where they always watched me, and into a different room, because I had gained like 5 kilograms, and I was moving again normally, and I suppose they really believed that I got this through there. This 600 calories a day I was getting, which is nothing. You can only pretty much sleep with that, but I was eating secretly at least over 2,000 calories, which is totally not something that any doctor would support after pretty much not eating anything after 2 months. But I understood but how my body works, and it's gonna handle it, and it did, and everything was fine. After the 7 weeks, I gained 27 kilograms back, so 70 kilograms again. Now I'm like 77, just pretty much normal weight and everything. And took me about 2 months to start doing everything normally again. I still get some kind of muscle cramps or something, but nothing really special. Pretty much the same old guy now. And it took me about 3 months to start feeling my chest and my lower back again, because I guess the cells had died off. I had pretty much no feeling here, hardly anything, because the body was just. So that's all in very short. I met a lot of interesting people, a lot of people who have schizophrenia. For example, some woman I had a talk with yesterday, she believes that the walls that are red in the hospital are painted with her blood, and she was trying to convince me to take a DNA sample, that people would see that it's her blood, and that kind of stuff. A lot of interesting things, but I'm not going to talk much about it. It's kind of disrespectful or something to the people who were there, but definitely super interesting. So that was it. Yeah, a lot of people said it's a miracle that I actually got back up on my feet, because firstly the doctor said, as I said, that I'm gonna die, and they said I would be really lucky to live to like 60. Plus my kidney looked like it was from a 90-year-old man. That's what the doctor said, because it was super small. The hole where the forgot what it's called, where everything happens, and my liver was really big, because it started producing its own fat, which I suppose is what a lot of the people who supposedly don't need have. Their body just works like that. That's what I assume anyway. And that's that. But and yeah, one doctor was very sure that it's gonna take me over a year to get back on my feet. So Actually, but the point really is about sun gazing that you should really watch out and learn from my mistake. Just always eat if you want to eat. Really, just don't risk it. I think the reason I also didn't notice how thin I'm getting is because I didn't even have any strength, energy to dress up and put my clothes on and off, and it was so cold anyway that I slept with my clothes. And I also met a girl there who fasted for 7 weeks because she thought that she had cancer, so she went pretty much through the same thing as me, and at the end just walking up the stairs was a real chore. So okay, so just a list of things that I experienced. As I already made the video, as I said, the spring allergies, probably all allergies altogether, were gone. Easier healing of wounds. Easier to sun gaze, definitely. It was actually like looking at anything, looking at the sun at that point. Lips don't get herpes. I usually get herpes, those kind of things on my lips if I'm in the sun too long, but that didn't happen. No sunburn whatsoever. Your skin just gets brown or tan, whatever it's called. No skin problems like acne, eczema, however you pronounce it. Organs, obviously, as I said, change, move. They get, or in my case, get super damaged, and you almost die from it. But they do shrink, or some get bigger and move places. Clearer eyes, just different kind of eyesight, and different eyes move faster. I'm not sure how to explain it. And the taste in my mouth was completely different than what I've ever experienced. Just very tasty, sort of. My own, what's it called, saliva? Or did I just make it up? That. So now it's okay. It used to be very slimy and just not very pleasant all of my life. So that's pretty much it. Just look after your body.